Get around. So I'm
We're
gonna
rolling.
I'm gonna have to take
rolling.
I'll have to take a nap before I can edit.
You look exhausted. Hi America,
I
welcome
am.
to Angel in the Wiz.
Well, battling you, the younger frontier.
I got my aches and pains. I have to go see a doctor about my back.
Why? What's wrong with your back?
I heard it about a year ago.
Really?
And it hasn't gotten better, but it hasn't really gotten worse. You know, but there's, you know, I pulled a muscle or something somewhere in my lower back.
Right.
At a spot where there's 3 muscles that attach. One from your side, one from your butt, and one from somewhere else.
Okay.
And the point at which I hurt, it's very hard to tell which muscle is
Okay,
pulled.
sure.
So
You'll have to get a CAT scan, huh?
I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. But the original diagnosis was they said, you know, don't lift above your head, don't twist, don't bend, and I'm like, okay, so I did that for 2 weeks, and don't lift anything heavier than a gallon of milk, and I'm like, Are you kidding me? Like, you know, I'm like, I couldn't lift my laundry basket. Like, this is ridiculous. So I did that for 2 weeks, and that was a year ago, and then I felt better. I always had a little bit of a pain and a discomfort.
Right.
I'd have to sit. I have to sit with a pillow behind my back to support it.
Right.
You know, I'm always constantly changing positions if I sit for a long time. Walking for a very, very long time, like if I'm doing a theme park and I'm spending more than 3 hours in the theme park, is painful.
This is all located in the back.
All located in my back, yeah. But
I think I'm going through the same thing with my heart. I'm scared to death going.
The last day or so, it's been pretty bad, and today it's been the worst.
Right.
So, like,
Do you take like a leave or anything for it?
I don't. Because I now have a issue. I also have internal hemorrhoids. I've learned.
Okay.
Not fun.
Okay.
Welcome to my medical issues.
That's a colon area? It's a colon thing, right?
Yeah, it's a colon thing.
Okay, because I think I have them.
Yeah,
or had them, or
what
will
I
have them again.
I found out was that ibuprofen or anything ibuprofen based, makes hemorrhoids worse.
Okay.
And then, but Tylenol, so I would have to take acetaminophen based pain relief. Well, acetaminophen based pain relief doesn't work on really muscles.
Really?
Well, what it does is
I don't know nothing.
It works when I have a headache. Acetaminophen works well for headaches.
Right.
But it doesn't really. It's never really fixed my back.
Right.
So I do have prescription strength, like 800 milligram ibuprofen at home.
Right.
Which I can't take because I have internal hemorrhoids. Plus, they make me loopy.
Oh wow.
I also have muscle relaxers.
Oh, loopy's okay.
Right. Well, it is until when.
You can't work. Of course.
Yeah. And then I have muscle relaxers that I could take. But I really can't because the last time I took a muscle relaxer, it lasted for 24 hours. And my nephew, God bless my nephew, says, Auntie, you don't seem right. Are you okay? And this was after I had taken it 24, and I was like, no, I'm not right.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't have been driving or anything.
Right.
So I'm kind of like suffering.
Well,
I think it's time to go to the doctor now.
Now, I've been hearing on the radio, I think it was the radio, where they've got this guy that they work on that doesn't require surgery. They avoid it, like they help the discs regrow or something like that. I mean, I don't know.
I just know that. I'm like right now. I'm in discomfort. Well, but it's okay.
Is there anything I can
fine.
give you to help you? No. I have these. Doctor gave me. Oh no, I meant a pillow or something. Of course.
No.
Oh God. So anything new and exciting? We did our political blast. That's everything I wanted to say last week.
Yeah, politics was last week. No, I don't really think
I wonder if they're still shut down.
Who knows?
Who knows?
The future selves can talk to the past selves.
Well, for whatever it's worth. Oh, can I tell you a story? This is so cool. I love this.
Tell me a story.
Oh, this is a story. This is a nice story. This is a nice story for Amazon.com too. As a matter of fact,
okay.
Let me tell you this. I wanted to tell this story. When I was a youngin', many years ago, 9 or 10 or a little age like that, when you still really believed horror movies were really true from beginning to end. Okay, and you knew that cat was really waiting there for you, and there was no way. Okay. Well, we didn't have the gruesome things that we have today, but I can remember going to see a movie called The 13 Ghosts. And there's probably 5 people that watch the show that are old enough to remember it, okay? It was done by William Castle, who was a big promoter of horror films, and he always had a gimmick, okay? He put out a movie called The Tingler with Vincent Price, and it was like when you get scared, what kills you is the tingler. The tingler forms in your body, and okay, and to make sure that people
watch it.
Yeah, to make sure that people got it, they wired several seats in the theater, so when it happened, they hit the button. And, okay, so we always had some kind of gimmick, all right? Well, so here I am, and I go to see 13 Ghosts. Why in heaven's name? You know, I mean, I had Famous Monsters of Filmland. I mean, I liked all that stuff, but why would I go see a movie like this? Okay, now, it had a gimmick. The gimmick was, it had a ghost viewer. And the deal was this. If you wanted to see the ghosts, you looked through the red. And if you didn't want to see the ghosts, you watched through the blue. Okay? Well, I paid and I went in and I saw the movie, and I only saw the blue movie. I never saw the red movie because there was no way in hell I was going to pull that thing down and see those ghosts. They scared the shit out of me. And even, and not only that, but even if you used the blue, the moaning, everything that came with each of the ghosts, all the sounds were still there. It was horrible. Well, to make a long story short, or longer, whatever, I was thinking about it the other day, and I said, let me see if Netflix has the 13 Ghosts. So I went on Netflix.
You saw it?
No. The story couldn't be that short, it's me. Okay? I went on Netflix, no 13 Ghosts. I go on Amazon.com, 13 Ghosts, yes. Now, they have a DVD, they have the collection, they have a VHS, and as you start reading it, none of them offer the viewers.
Probably
Okay?
because you have both movies.
No, what I'm saying, no.
Okay.
That was the problem. Because if you just watch it in black and white, you can see the remnants. You can see enough to know that they're there, okay? But they're not highlighted because the paneling isn't changed. So I'm hunting around. I'm going every place I can to see if I can find something, because they talk about the fact that when it was originally released as a DVD, they had the viewer,
right?
And the VHS had the viewer, but they weren't for sale anymore. So finally I go to 13 Ghosts and I have this one, and I read about it, and it says on this special release that while it still doesn't have the viewer, on one side it has the regular one, and on one side it has the Illusion O effects.
Oh.
Okay, which means that you're watching a black and white movie until the ghosts come, then the screen changes to blue and the ghosts are in red. Well, that's what I bought. I got
and
that one.
have you watched it yet?
I'm not there yet.
You're
okay?
still scared?
I'm still getting there.
Oh, you're still. Oh, okay.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Story.
It stopped at 15. Okay. Well, what's it say up on the screen?
18.
18?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got till
24:30.
Okay. We're at 18.
8 minutes.
So that's 6 minutes.
8 minutes and 18 seconds.
8 minutes left?
No, we are going for 8 minutes and 34
Oh, that's all.
seconds. Yes.
Oh, so we got 16 minutes
yes.
easy.
Keep going.
Okay. I was worried because down here it said 15 minutes.
I think your thing's busy.
Okay, but anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is this. I order the DVD, and it comes, and I'm all excited and everything else, and I throw it in the thing, and I'm watching it. It doesn't say anything about the effects. It's a one-sided disc.
Uh-oh.
It's got a picture on this side. Where's my Illusion O? Come on, that's the only reason So I track down, and it's not always right there, but you can get the Amazon.com phone number and get a real person. So anyway, I got a hold of this guy, and I said, he talked, okay, and he understood what I was saying. He says, I'm sending you out another one overnight for cost. You reorder. In other words, you reorder it. Pay for it and everything. It was only $7.46. Pay for it and everything. I'll take off. They'll give you free shipping, overnight shipping. And then when we get the old one back, we'll give you the credit for the first one. Okay, fine. And I'm thinking to myself, probably what's going to happen is he's going to send the same one. Because he even went online and read where they said it was going to be on the other side. So it was there the next day. Right? It was right there. So I bring it in and I look at the outside. I look at the outside. I didn't open it up. I said to Tina, I said, it's probably going to be the same thing. I said, we'll just have to wait and see. So she went to work and I went to work and I came home and I cut it open to see. And the front was identical. But in the back, right down here across the bottom, it said special features, and son of a gun. I got the Illusion O copy of 13 Ghosts, and Tina and I are going to watch it tonight for the first time, and I'm going to get even with this movie. I am going to watch every single ghost in red. I am not going to be afraid. I am not going to tremble. Oh, God.
There are movies to this day that I have watched, and I've only watched once, but I won't even dare speak of having watched them.
Really?
Because they creeped me out so much that I don't want to have to relive that.
That's Invasion of the Body Snatchers for Tina. It's on the shelf. I'll never see it again if I wait for her. She will never watch that movie again. I'm falling asleep and all that stuff.
Yeah, there have been a couple. I'm like, oh, nope. I saw it once.
Right.
The Things You Do for Love, like that. Boyfriend wanted to go, dragged. I was like, okay.
What's it about?
No, that's not the name of the movie. It's the thing but no, they were horror movies and
I got you.
Scary stuff. Right now, have you seen the TV show Sleepy Hollow?
It's a TV show. It's on like ABC, NBC, or CBS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Fox.
I don't care what it's on. If it's on network TV, I don't watch it.
Oh, well, it's a pretty good show.
Is it okay? Is it done well?
It's done well.
Good for them. I'm glad.
It's done well. It's one of the, I can't watch it by myself.
Right.
And I can't watch it at night. It stays on my DVR. And then
you watch it during the day?
Yeah. Adam, you want to come over and watch it with me? Can't you just, no, I can't watch it by myself. It's daylight. I don't care. You got to come over. And he does. He comes over and we're like...
Yeah, that's
and
good.
I have my little Eeyore that I'm like, and I have screamed, I have jumped, and it's only the second or third episode. I think it's the third episode of that show.
Princess, I don't want to, rock your world or anything. It's a television show. It can't do nothing to you.
It does. Oh, I got a wild imagination.
Well, that's what happened to me in the movie theater. It was me in the big screen. I was gonna die.
The whole aliens thing, like no.
What about the spider thing?
Oh my God, the spider thing. That's why I have issues with spiders. When I was a little girl, little girl, we had bunk beds, and I always slept in the top bunk because I was the oldest, and I would have nightmares about spiders attacking me. And one of my clearest nightmares that occasionally I still have today was there were giant spiders attacking me that were led by an army of spiders. Their general was E.T. and Optimus Prime had to save me. So talk about a messed up imagination anyway. So that's in my dream. And it's a recurring nightmare I would have when I was younger. And I would wake up screaming. And my parents would run in and turn the lights on. And dangling from the ceiling fan would be a spider. So I'm having a nightmare about spiders attacking me. And then there's one. I mean, people wonder why I'm arachnophobic. Like that enough is to do it. And I will have nightmares about spiders still. I will wake up screaming. Wow. And I'm 30-something years old, waking up screaming.
My mom, she didn't like spiders either.
And then when I wake up in the middle of the night, sometimes just out of I have a bad dream or something startles me awake and my eyes haven't adjusted.
Right. You can see them all, can't you?
I think I see spiders, which then makes me scream. So even if I woke up not from a nightmare of spiders, I wake up screaming.
Right.
It's bad. It's so bad.
What does our time say?
13 minutes.
Go on. 13 minutes remain?
No, now we're at 14 minutes.
Is that where it is? Where is it? 14:45?
14:05.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I'm sorry, it stopped. I went to touch it. 10 minutes, we're good.
So I don't do the spiders thing. I don't do ghosts. I mean, I could watch... I can watch a couple of ghost movies, but if it gets too out there, I'm like, I'm done. I'll leave the room. I'll get a book. I'll ignore it. Well, I don't watch the Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunter. I can't watch those.
Well, let me tell you, and you've been so honest. Let me be honest
I can't even watch the Harry Potter movie with the giant spiders. There's a scene in Harry Potter, even in the book with the when I got to reading the book about the giant spiders, because I had seen the movie before I read that part of the book, and I knew it was coming. I literally like skimmed the pages, and I was like, okay,
good,
because I couldn't.
Well, listen, and I will, and I'll share with you too. Listen, as I was growing up in my life, there was plenty of times when I could spook myself. I mean, I have an imagination that's always willing to go to work for me. But I want to say, and this is an example of it.
It goes to work at the worst time possible.
Well, I
like
want
when you're home alone and.
This is I'm going to admit something that sounds so child. This is as bad as the 13 Ghosts thing. There is a ride at Disney World called Dinosaur, and it's not lit enough. I don't think you should be able to see more. That needs just a little bit more light.
I know all
they've
kinds
changed
of
it.
secrets about that ride.
Okay. Well, but the thing that bothers me about it is, at the very end, there didn't used to be a square, you know. It used to just be black. Mm-hmm. And that dinosaur came out as big as it was, and they'd turn the light off, you go down, and he would blow on your neck.
I remember that.
Can I tell you, if I had been armed, that thing would have been dead. That scared me to death. It took me going back a few times to be able to tell myself, this is a ride. This is a ride.
What did it for me, I was always a little scared of it as well. And then I had a friend that worked it, that used to work at that ride. Okay. And they said, and they would have to go on at the evening, and they would have to go and do the ride through, which is it's a common practice for our viewers who don't know about theme park lingo. When the park closes and they work an attraction, the employees will go on the ride to make sure that the ride is clear and clean and
makes sense.
Do all that stuff.
And they do it in all the parks.
And they do it in all of the parks, all around the world. But they always have to ride the rides with the lights on.
Yeah, that's the best. You get to see everything.
And she says the reason it's so dark in there is because half of the dinosaurs, there's only literally half dinosaurs. Right. There's a part where like a bronchiosaurus comes around.
Oh yeah, sure, yes.
The only thing it's like just a neck attached to a wall.
Right.
So that was one thing that really calmed me about that ride. And the second thing I learned, I went to Disneyland.
Okay, and this is California?
In California.
Okay.
I've been to Disney World several times. I went to Disneyland, and I went on the Indiana Jones ride that's in Disneyland.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I've never seen that.
That ride,
yeah.
The cars, the ride track, are exactly identical to the dinosaur ride.
Really? I wouldn't be surprised.
So I did some research.
Okay.
At the time that Animal Kingdom was being built and Dinosaur was being built, they had opened the Indiana Jones ride. And so they wanted to use that ride system because it was new technology for a dinosaur ride. So they literally built a second ride and as if it was a second Indiana Jones ride. They just built the track and the cars came over. And the original dinosaur cars, when they first put them on the track to test the track, had the Indiana Jones
logos and stuff?
No, had the Indiana Jones play sound effects.
Right. Oh.
Coming from the cars, because if you've ever been on Dinosaur, there's sound.
It has its own sound.
Yeah, its own sound, and it's.
Yeah, so they changed the story.
So to match
the track.
The exact ride track, and I was like.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. And then I was like, I'm not scared of this ride anymore. I know the secrets. I'm not scared. Let's bring it on.
That's very good, babe. Oh, that's good.
So.
Okay, you're not going to get in trouble for sharing any of those observations.
No, because you can get that from
the
internet.
web.
Yeah, the internet has a lot of that
It's like people
stuff.
walk in and they'll ask me, well, no, I won't go there. Okay. But anyway, there is a lot of stuff that's really out there. One of the things that I thought was really cool, I don't know if we dare talk about Disneyland in California, that place, but they have something that's super duper cool.
What?
At Disneyland in California, you get to walk through the castle and see the story of Sleeping Beauty. I did it when I was 9. It was closed for a while after everything. Now it's all opened up again. And if you get the Sleeping Beauty DVD, they have a virtual tour.
It
is the coolest thing. If you want to see it, I'll show it to you. It's
I like that.
Yeah, because it was so neat, and they show you how they did the illusions, and everything else. It's just.
I wish that they would do that with the Cinderella castle.
Wouldn't it be neat to be able to walk through it and see stuff? I mean, they could probably build a superstructure inside and tell the story, Cinderella, whatever. Anyway, so I just love stuff like that. Dioramas, I think they call them. And they're just cool. Wow.
How are you feeling?
Well, to be honest, by now, by the time this show is seen, I will have talked to the surgeons.
Okay.
So I don't know what they're going to tell me, but we tape ahead of time. Everybody knows we tape ahead of time. I feel okay. I've been pacing myself. I seem to be doing fine at work, but I just notice even around the house, there are periods where I can get up maybe too fast or whatever, and I have to pace myself. So I've been taking it easy. I've been taking that extra day, giving it to Charlie, and I wouldn't want to give it up. I just thought of giving it up right now. It's tough, but so I'm going to be okay. I've said a lot of wonderful people have said that they're praying for me and stuff like that, and I really appreciate that.
Yes, we are.
And I believe in prayer too. I don't know
we are praying
what if it will avail us much, but at least we're trying.
I'm just praying I don't have to do the show alone.
Yeah, because then it's harder too. Because we're doing it this way. You know what you want to do, but you wouldn't get the same shot. You just want to face the controls. So you'd either have to bring the controls here or put the camera over there and shoot in. But then if you see what happens if you do that, if you put the camera in and shoot this way, that's what you get.
Right.
And the only way you get around that is to put a mirror up, and I will show you what that's like.
Now.
But I'm gonna show before you leave today.
I'll tell you a secret about my boyfriend.
Okay. It's not gonna get you in trouble, right?
No.
Okay.
It better not. He majored in this communications stuff like this when he was in college, right? This kind of
see, that'll be a lesson.
He's our audience member today.
Yes, our live studio audience. Hannity has added an audience to his show, and I don't like it. And the reason I don't like it is because I don't need to listen to all these pinheads tell me stuff that I know isn't true.
I'll tell you something interesting. I know how much you hate the Colbert.
Yes.
I know how much you hate the Colbert Report.
It's not a question of hating it. It's just a question of you just at some point there has to be some truth.
Right, and he definitely is acting that persona. That's not his real persona, but there was a couple that couldn't get married because they were supposed to get married at the Jefferson Memorial. They were supposed to get married the Saturday. The day 5 of the shutdown, and that I think was.
And there was no reason to close those monuments down. Sorry.
Whatever. Well, anyway, so they were the first couple out of however many that had to, and had. So Colbert took them onto their show and had them,
married them on the show.
Married them on the show.
That's
and had
nice.
Thing. Yeah, it was really funny. It was a really funny bit the way they did it.
Right.
And I laughed really hard about it.
Was it a real marriage though?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, it was a real marriage, and it was really
nice.
good. Yeah.
I
thought that you would appreciate as much as you
I think it was a nice thing to do.
Yeah, and it was a nice. And of course, he spun it in his. But I think for them,
it's the Republicans' fault. You're getting married here today. Yeah, I know the story.
Well, but he portrays a Republican on the thing, so it's not. It just was really funny. He spun it in a way that was sweet.
He still did something nice.
Yeah,
that's the bottom line. That's all we care about. And believe me, that is. The only thing we do care. Okay, so we're going out at 24:30. What do you have?
23:23.
It's almost a minute.
Yeah.
We had this conversation last week.
You had to think. You really had to think about that. It's almost a minute.
I'm preparing for surgery. My mind's a million miles away.
Your mind is, and that's okay.
Well, Princess,
I still love you no matter what.
And you and to all the people that have been kind to me and prayed for me and everything else, I hope it works.
I do too. I'd really hate to have to do this show, but it'd just be Angel.
Yeah, Angel.
Angel and
right into Angel.
I'll bring my nephew back on, Matthew.
Yeah, well,
Then you can get more famous.
Well, he enjoyed it, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I bet I could get Rebecca on, my niece. She would have a blast too. So.
Are we good?
We're good. Bye, America. Thanks for watching us.
See, I don't want to have to do extra editing.
Do something good every day and volunteer.
Can I show him? I'm going to show him. Can I show him? Listen, I have been with the Lord my whole life. Since I was a very, very young kid, sitting there talking to Carl Fink on the corner, on the curb. Okay, think about going through that. Okay, Carl Fink, poor guy. Nice kid, his name and all that. But ever since I was a young kid, I've been with the Lord. I've been blessed beyond belief. But I'm still an artist, so I still go up, and down. And not just once in a while, just up and down. Any time, you know. Now it gets better with time as time goes on. But I found out that after a while, whether I was up or down, in addition to the Lord, I had this. Here, let me show it to you. You know what that is? That's a pocket full of dreams. And it's something that I always had. And I wrote this song 35, 40 years ago, okay? And the only thing that's changed, word-wise, was the age of when I wrote it. Used to be 22. I started in this life 59 years ago. All I had was a heart and a mind and a soul. But all I wanted was you. I thought about money, I looked for the things it might buy. I sought for fame and the little girl's eyes. But all I wanted was you. Beautiful, beautiful you. Don't I know now that I'll find a way to cast this pocket full of dreams away and not live for the coming day. I picked myself up, I've gotta stand tall like a man for people that need to find out that they can. But all I wanted was you. I see my life now with a bit more realistic eyes. The things that I see now are finally inside. But all I wanted was you. Beautiful, beautiful.
Written and sung by The Wizard.